Hi people, this is Spring Pharmacy as usual. Sometimes I wonder, a product like this, it has 174 nutrients. Just imagine 174 nutrients. For your information, a nutrient in particular can refer to glucose. Yeah, glucose is a nutrient. And this product has the total sugars of 7 grams and carbohydrates 80 grams. That is for sugars only. That is when we talk of glucose, fructose, galactose, which could be inside here, and sucrose, if there is any at all. And this product is a product which was extracted from food sources, a variety of food sources. If you read on it, it was extracted from amla juice, apple juice, blueberry juice, cranberry, and many other different types of foods from around the world. It is a product which was manufactured in the USA, and there is no doubt if it is from USA, we all know the standards in US. It of course contains the 174 nutrients. So if there is such a product on market, we no longer have a reason to feel the fatigue because of the diet we have. It leaves us with no room for us to suffer because of fatigue, because of stress, because literally it can fill in the nutritional gaps we have from the daily foods we take. So it is one of those few products on market with what is referred to as ORSC certification. It got an ORSC, which is an abbreviation for oxygen radical absorbance capacity. ORSC is a test performed by Brunswick Laboratory in the USA. Brunswick Laboratory invented this oxygen radical absorbance capacity test to quantify the ability of different foods to encounter oxidative stress. Now, radicals, when in the body, when I talk of a radical, I mean a highly reactive substance. So oxygen can be broken down to form these highly reactive oxygen substances, which we can call oxygen radicals. So, those who went through the Ugandan education system, in the senior one, yeah, we studied biology, and the first topic is cell. What is a cell? And we defined it as a basic unit of life. So when we look at life at its simplest level, at the cellular level, the cell, which we define as the basic unit of life, this cell is affected by also very small substances, chemicals. And in those chemicals are these radicals. These radicals have a tendency of reacting with different cellular components. For example, when we look at the cell membrane, the cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer. In that phospholipid bilayer, there are proteins, which act as transfer proteins to transport molecules in and out of the cell. And in it, there are other proteins which help to identify the cell. We usually call antigens. These proteins, the carbohydrates, they contain different reactive elements in their build-up. They contain sulfur, they contain phosphorus, they contain other different elements which are reactive. So if in blood in the body, for example, there is a free circulating oxygen radical. This radical is going to react with those elements which make up these proteins, which make up these carbohydrates. And when they react, they destabilize the proteins at their molecular level. When they destabilize this protein, what happens is like the bond will break. So we shall get what we call change in the formation, like in the flame of the cell. The known flame of the cell is going to change. A condition we call inflammation. So when the cell gets inflamed, the body will detect that this cell is being attacked by maybe a foreign bacteria is trying to digest the cell. That's how the body will interpret. But mind you, this is not a bacteria. This is a food you took in which contained these radicals. This is because your body is highly reactive and your anti-inflammatory processes are not very effective to encounter the radicals produced from the various physiological reactions. And these cells are getting inflamed. So this will cause systemic inflammation, most times mild. But this, which is small at cellular level, it is not small at organism level. Because in our cells we have billions of, in our bodies, sorry, we have billions of cells. And if these cells are all encountering this oxidative stress, the body focuses on eliminating these inflamed cells. Are you trying to get the logic? So when the body tries to eliminate these constantly inflamed cells, the physiological activity is increasing. So the rate at which your body, what we call the basal metabolic rate, when you are resting, the body tries to repair itself and take out the accumulated toxins which were accumulated during levels of activity. So as the body does this, during that period, the body doesn't want you to encounter into other activities, literally. So because it doesn't want you to, it will produce less energy present for use by these muscles. And less energy, when it is being produced, for us we get it as fatigue. The muscles are telling you, my brother, my sister, please, we are not in good condition right now. We don't want to engage into activity. So for you will feel the weakness, the fatigue, because that's what the muscles are trying to communicate to you. But this started as a small radical. Don't forget. So when you have such a drink, this drink offers, if you take the whole bottle, the manufacturer say that Trevor's ORS score is over 186,500. 186,500. That's the ORS score of Trevor.